Hey, there's Noah with the Creative Startup, and today we are talking about taking time to rest. So, I've had a crazy last couple of weeks. Just kind of, how sometimes in your life everything just kind of comes to a head. Like it was midterms week, we're really busy at work. I'm getting a lot of projects ready for the final, like the end of the semester, and so everything's kind of coming down and I'm getting really, really busy. And I find myself in these times, I kind of switch into survival mode, right? And I'm sure we've all been there where you're not really thinking creative, you're not having big ideas, you're not thinking about the future, or if you are, it's in like a daydream kind of way. It's not in a practical, how can I better my future? And it starts to become like this kind of cycle that we get into. And I think as artists, it's super important for us to be in a better place, right? Like if you're just an accountant and you're going to work every day crunching numbers, like who cares if you're in a bad mood, or who cares if you're feeling a little tense, or if things aren't quite right in your head, or if you're not feeling super great. But if you're an artist, you can't afford to have bum days. You can't afford that tension, that tightness that comes with just being way too busy, being stressed out all the time. That's one thing that I hear artists talk about all the time is like, how do you consistently be creative? Now, there's a million factors to that, so I'm not going to try to answer that, but I can definitely tell you that when I am the least creative, when I have the worst ideas, or don't have any ideas at all, when I can't rack my brain to get anything out, it's when I'm super stressed and busy and everything's just packed together. Now, this presents a problem because as an artist, you have to be busy, right? If you want to get ahead, and I found this in my own life, like I have to be busy. If I get too slow, then I get into like a slow cycle, and then I'm not being creative either, and then I'm not doing great work. I'm just kind of being lazy. So, how do you find that balance between work, getting stuff done, being busy? Because it's good to be busy. As an artist, being busy is all you got, but also staying creative, staying kind of centered in who you are and not letting your head just kind of spin out of control. And I don't, of course, have the perfect solution. I can't tell you how to be perfectly creative again all the time. But there is one concept that I want to talk about today that I think really, really helps artists. And it helps everybody, but especially artists. If you want to stay creative, if you want to be consistently good at what you're doing and consistently putting out good work, this is one thing you can do. The Bible, book I got right up here, talks about this, and don't shut me off if you're not religious. This isn't a religious thing at all. But the Bible talks about the Sabbath. And the idea of the Sabbath, it's practiced in the Judeo-Christian tradition that once a week you rest. I'm sure we're all familiar with this concept. So you work 6 days a week, and then on the seventh day you rest, because the Bible story goes that that's what God did on creation. He created for 6 days and then he rested. And whether you believe that's neither here nor there. But this idea that there's something special about that, about hustling hard for 6 days, then on the seventh day, you rest. I found myself that if I try to like sneak in little breaks during the day, I just get sidetracked. Right? Like if I get up early, get to the gym, then I get home, like I'm just going to take a little break quick, watch YouTube videos, and then I'll get back to what I'm doing. That YouTube video break will turn into 4 hours because I'll just go down some path and never kind of find my way back to what I'm trying to do. And I know for me, when I'm doing like a million things in one day and taking a little break here and getting a little bit there and all that, my brain just gets scattered. And maybe yours doesn't. Like, honestly, people are different. And I know, especially like the difference between men and women, that's one of the main things that women can handle a lot more. They can, multitask better, and that's actually scientifically proven. So I'm kind of jealous about that, actually. The ability to think in multiple places at once, it's something that I don't have. But if you want to get good, deep, creative work done, it takes time, is my point, right? It takes time. You have to sit down for 2 or 3 hours, and you got to take your time to work things out. You can't be taking little breaks here and little breaks there. So the best solution I've come up with, and the best thing that I've found in other philosophies, and again in the Bible, this idea of resting one day a week, just the whole day. Typically, I'll take Saturdays off because Sundays I'm playing all day. But I'll take Saturdays off, and I'll still do stuff. Like, it's a Saturday today, and I'm shooting this video, but I want to, right? I didn't wake up this morning and say, okay, today is going to be valuable if I can do this, that, and the other thing. I said, today is going to be valuable if I can rest. I don't need to do anything, I guess is more my point. Like, I'm not going to do anything unless I feel like I want to do it, right? And I still got a ton of stuff done today. I put together some tracks. I said I'm doing this right now, and I worked a little bit on some lighting stuff I'm putting together, but I only did stuff that relaxes me. I only did stuff that I enjoy. I only did stuff that kind of slows my mind down, gets me deep into the zone, and isn't just all over the place. Get this done, get that done. Oh, there's a deadline for that. There's a deadline for this. It's just a relaxing day to work on stuff or to not work on stuff. Like, today would have been just as successful. Like, I would have felt just as good going to bed tonight if I, watched TV. But instead, I went to yoga and I went shopping a little bit and I got some stuff done, but in a relaxed manner. So I just really wanted to share that one simple idea with you guys is take a day off. If you feel like you're getting frazzled, if you feel like everything's just all over the place, don't say, oh man, I'm just too busy, I'm just going to turn on the TV and zone out. Say, no, I'm going to work through this today, but I'm going to rest tomorrow. I'm just going to take the whole day. And I've honestly, there's a super strong pattern in my own personal life that if I'm super, super busy and I can afford to take one day off, even if it packs everything else into the rest of the week, if I make that space, that one day in the middle, I can take it. I can wake up at 6 a.m. every morning and just hustle through the whole week. Work 6 a.m. on school to sometimes 9 at night, and I'll be fine. But I need to take that day. I hope that idea is helpful for you guys. I hope that you guys can try to apply that this week as things get stressful, and I'm sure they will. Other than that, if this was helpful for you, please click subscribe down below. I'll be posting more videos every week. Again, this is Noah with the Creative Startup. Have a great week.